Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Bom dia, boa tarde e boa noite. This is a new video series that I'm going to launch. Well, technically, it's new because back in 2022, I used to do these types of videos for TikTok, and people used to like it, So I was like, hey, a lot of students of mine started to ask, like, hey, you have to post. Why don't you post more 100% English conversations, right? And I was like, hey, man, but I don't really have time because I record a lot of videos for YouTube and Instagram and my online courses, my mentorship. And I was like, how can I do something? And I was like, I had an insight, I was like, hey, I'm simply going to record whenever I go to someplace, right? So for example, now I'm going to have, I think, like a 20-minute drive, and I'm simply taking you guys along with me, right? So this was already going to happen, and I'm taking this time, taking advantage of this specific time, and helping you guys, right? Because if you don't know English yet, or you're intermediate or even basic, that's not a problem, because as you can see, there are subtitles right below. And this is the important part, right? This is the important part. So let's say that you're basic and you're learning English now. So let's say that I say car, right? C-A-R. So you can take a look at the English subtitles, and you can take a look at the Portuguese subtitles, and you can discover that car, C-A-R, é carro in Portuguese, right? And you can connect, and you can learn new words or expressions or slang languages that maybe I'm going to use in this video, right? I think that you guys are going to like this type of video, okay? So buckle up, let's go, and I'm just going to take you guys along with me, you're my passenger for today, and you're gonna practice your listening, you're gonna practice your English with this 100% English conversation, right? So basically, today is Friday, right? So I don't know if I'm gonna post this tomorrow, because maybe I'll post it today, but if not, I'm gonna post it tomorrow. And I just want you guys to let me know if you liked this type of content, right? I really want to know. So I'm curious. I need you guys to comment below and say your opinion about this new video series, because if you guys like it, if you guys really enjoy it and learn with this video, because my purpose when I record videos is 100% to teach you guys, right? Because if you take a look at my YouTube or even my TikTok, I literally posted one video every single day for 6 months to teach you guys from zero and take you guys literally, if you didn't know anything, from zero to advanced in 180 days, completely for free, right? So my purpose when I turn on the camera, when I record my voice here, is to teach you guys, is to literally teach you guys and help you guys learn and achieve your goals when it comes to English, right? Because English is a tool, and if you use that tool in a very smart way, you can literally achieve places that you wouldn't imagine possible, right? So basically, if you're watching this video for the first time, I'm gonna present myself because it's interesting. Maybe you just clicked on this video because it's a different type of format, and you enjoy these types of videos more than classes, because I post a lot of English classes here. And so I was born in Miami, Florida, right? And my father and my mother, they are Brazilians. They went to the US because they wanted to have a better life, right? And then my mom got pregnant, okay? And then I was born. So I was born in Miami. I was raised in Fort Lauderdale. It's a city inside of the state of Florida. Beautiful city, I loved it. And I am literate in English because I learned how to read and write in Florida elementary school, right? So, oh my God, I just missed so much. My first teacher, her name was Mrs. Peterson. Imagine, okay, so I want you to imagine the most sweetest lady, and then you add 10 times more of that imagination. Like, you amplify it, because she was amazing. I remember everything that she taught me. Mr. Stone, Mrs. Fredericks, and all of the teachers in Florida Elementary School, right? And then I came to Brazil at the age of 10 to 11. And then who taught me Portuguese was my grandmother, right? And this is interesting because I didn't know Portuguese when I first arrived in Brazil, because my parents, they used to work a lot in the US, right? So they took me to school, and I stayed in school until 2 p.m. And then I remember my father picking me up, and we used to go to the beach. And like every afternoon, the end of the afternoon, we used to go to the beach. I have wonderful memories. And then I got home, and my parents, like, they cooked dinner or whatever, and I slept. So I heard, like, I used to listen to them talking in Portuguese, but I didn't understand anything. They used to see novellas. Man, I remember one. It was Rei do Gado, and I was like, Mom, what are they saying? It's like, I thought it was Spanish because they used to speak so fast. And my mom was like, no, this is Portuguese. This is like your family's language. And I was like, oh my God, so cool. But I didn't understand anything. So I was like, oh, just, interesting. Then I came to Brazil. My grandmother taught me Portuguese. It took me 1 year to learn and be able to go to school in Brazil. So I went to school and I got bullied. I mean, like, everybody got bullied once in their life, right? But in my case, look, I'm going to take my sunglasses off because the sun just set. And now it's better. Okay, so it took me around 1 year to learn Portuguese, to be able to go to school. And like I was saying, everybody got bullied at least once in their lives, right? And I got bullied a lot because when I first talked to people, I used to say, "Oi, como vai você? Tudo bem, brigadeiro?" The basic American accent. And like, my colleagues used to, like, just imitate me, like, mock me. And I got very, like, self-conscious. And I used to study, you guys, like, really study the different accents in Rio de Janeiro, that they say porta, right? And in the countryside, they say porta, or. And then in, like, the capital of São Paulo, Paulista, they say porta, right? So I used to study a lot how you guys speak, and I lost my accent in about 4 to 5 years. So when I speak Portuguese today, people are like, they don't even know that I was born in Miami, because they say, man, your Portuguese is just perfect, And I say like, oh yeah, I studied a lot to take all of my accent off. So anyways, enough about me, right? I talked a little about my story, but Now I just imagine everything that happened, right? So many students that used to have these questions about, how can I lose my accent? And I just use my example, right? I was like, look, I was very self-conscious. I didn't like to be mocked and bullied about my accent when it came to Brazil. So you have to study. So the first thing is, if you don't like, I don't know, it's not a bad thing to have an accent, right? I think it's cute. I think it's much better to say outbacky, likey, because I think it's so cute, you know. So it's not a bad thing to have an accent. But if you don't like it, you just have to study how a native speaker talks, and you have to listen carefully. Use this, right? So you're gonna open up your phone, record your voice, and try to position your jaw, your tongue in these different areas, because there are some sounds in English that it only exists in English, right? So for example, the TH sound, the vowel A. I know that you know a guy, I'm sure of this, that says apple, right? The pronunciation of A, they say apple. Why do they pronounce apple? Because in their mind, a Brazilian says, hey, I learned the ABCs, so A is A, right? But no, just the vowel A has 5 different sounds. So the correct pronunciation for maçã is apple, right? So every time I say like, hey, you just have to study the sounds, the different sounds. You have to record yourself. You have to expose yourself to difficult situations. You have to talk. You have to expose yourself. You can't be afraid to make mistakes. First off, you can't be afraid to make mistakes. I always say this to my students. Do not be afraid of making mistakes, because it's only from the mistakes that you make that you learn, and you don't make these mistakes again, right? So I always say this. That's like the number one tip. And start speaking from day one. Don't wait until you're perfect. I have a video here that it's called "If I Restarted the Learning Process, This is What I Would Do," something like that. These words, I don't think it's specifically like that word, but the image is right here. I recommend you guys to watch this video. It's very, very interesting, right? And just study. If you want to learn English, the first thing that you have to put in mind is it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, okay? But it's not impossible, right? So I always give the same example of people that are overweight, and they start a healthy diet. They start exercising every day, and if they continue to do this specific routine, right? So first they create a new habit, and then they have this new healthy routine. It's inevitable. They are going to lose weight. They are going to become better versions of themselves. They are going to be healthier, right? So just don't give up. The problem is when you start something that is hard, like going to the gym, because look, if you say that going to the gym is something that is easy, oh, forgive me, brother, because it's not. Some days I'm just like in bed. I don't even want to get up, right? Because I'm so like, I'm tired or exhausted, and I'm not complaining, but I have to rest because I do these recording. I record videos. I have English classes from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? So I'm very, very, very occupied, and I just want to rest, right? But then I'm like, hey, this is interesting. Pay attention on this, right? My my thought process. So I'm like, hey, what are the consequences if I don't go to the gym? And the consequences are I'm gonna get fat, I'm gonna get lazy, and it's just I'm gonna develop a bad habit, right? And this bad habit is gonna take over my whole routine. It's gonna mess up everything. So that's just one thing. You have to think in your life the pillar of your life. These are some specific things that you have to pay attention, like exercising, right? You have to pay attention on exercising. What are you putting inside your body? Like, are you eating only fast food or hamburgers, pizza, like very oily, unhealthy foods? Or are you eating vegetables and clean foods, right? For example, me, every day I eat broccoli, carrots, and purple cabbage, right? I mix it all up. A little bit of butter, just a little bit of butter, and chicken, right? This is like the my thing every day. Because why do I eat this way? It's not just for my body. A lot of people think that it's just for your body, but it's not. It's for your mind. I want you to Google the benefits, right, of eating vegetables like broccoli, carrots, purple cabbage for your brain. Look it up. It's amazing for your brain. Your brain is going to thank you. Your thought process, you're going to be sharp, you're going to learn. It's just better, right? And for example, I supplement, like I take omega-3s, multivitamins, B complex. I just bought B complex. So everything for my brain. I just want to say this, right? That think of the person that you want to become. And what do you have to do to become this person? What do you have to eat? How do you have to sleep? What do you have to study? Right? And I'm sorry for the image because it's getting dark, but this is the first video. So in the future I'm gonna record it, because I got out of my apartment at like 6 something. So, but anyways, we have about 5 minutes left until I arrive to my destination. So, okay. So imagine the person that you want to become, right? First thing, what does that person eat? How does that person sleep? Okay. What are their habits? What do they watch? And just compare yourself with the person that you want to become. And you have to think like, okay, so I want to be a healthy guy. First off, I want to be strong and smart. So, for example, if I don't exercise, am I going to be that person? Obviously not. If I only eat like pizzas and hamburgers and unhealthy foods, am I going to be that person? No, you're not. Because the more unhealthy food that you put in your body, the more lazy and the more stupid you're going to become, because it's going to affect your brain. It's going to be all inflamed, and it's going to be a mess. So if you want to be financially well, first off, you have to find your purpose. And I say this look, every time that a person asks me, like, are you happy? And I'm like, I'm living the purpose. I'm living the purpose. And you can think like, but I don't know my purpose. And that's okay. Because you have to connect yourself with God. And you have to ask Him to guide your steps so you can click. One day you're going to click, and you're going to find out why you are here. You're going to find out why God put you exactly where you are today. And man, this gives me the goosebumps, because it's simply like, when you find out, your life is gonna change. This is life-changing advice, what I'm giving you, right? Connect yourself, find out who you really are. And once you find out, just live the purpose. I posted a video on my Instagram showing my day-to-day life. Like, now I'm doing this new video series. I can't say what it is yet, but probably when you're watching this, it's going to be already posted on my YouTube channel. So just stay tuned. I'm going to put a specific playlist just for this type of video content. And so I post it because everything that I do, my thought process is, what do I have to do to become better? Well, what do I have to do to become a better teacher? To be a teacher that literally I want to be like the best. What do I have to do to be the best? Tell me that I'm going to do it. I'm going to study, and I have to find out. So I have to study the right foods for my brain. I have to study methodologies. I have to study what your biggest mistakes, Brazilian biggest mistakes, and I have to create something that is easy, create something that is going to help you from day one. And that's the most important thing, from day one, fast. Because nobody has time today. Everybody has a hectic routine. Everybody has an agitated lifestyle. And I understand, because look, I'm thankful to God that I have this agitated lifetime. Because look, this agitated life. Because if I only watched Netflix and ate pizza, that's not a good life. You have to live your purpose. You have to help people. You have to discover why you're here and do everything in your power to stand out and become the best version of yourself, right? The best version of yourself. And to discover that, once you discover that, keep searching. Don't give up. Just don't give up. Search it. Connect yourself to God, like I said before, and live it. Do everything that is in your power to become the better version of yourself. Because, look, this is interesting. Take a look at this. Listen to this. If you do that for yourself, not only you are gonna benefit, yeah, everybody that is surrounding you, your father, your mother, your friends, everybody, your social circle is going to benefit, because you are going to become a person that is going to provide transformation. They're going to want to stay close to you because you're going to be their rock. You're going to teach them, and you're going to give amazing advice and help them in any way possible. It could be financially, it could be with your knowledge. You can be so you have to be able to transport literally who you are and help people in the best way possible, right? Just help people. Help people every single day to achieve their dreams. Don't how can I explain this? Don't hide information. Give it. Just give it. Just help. Every time you meet someone, how can I help you? How can I help you in any way possible, right? So this is interesting. If you ever met me in person, and I'm like, hey, what are your dreams? I want to know your dreams. I want to know if I can help you, right? With the tool of, for example, you want to go to the US, you have to know everything that's going to happen in your trip in English. you have to, if you want to prepare yourself for a job interview in English, you have to do a specific preparation for questions and answers in English so you can be a great professional, express yourself in English. How can I help you? 95% of Brazilians don't know how to speak English. 95%, that's a lot. So basically everybody that I talk to, they don't know how to speak English. Like 1 or 2 only. Like that. It's a very limited group of people. So every time, like, hey, how are you? Talk to me. What's your name? And they go, não consigo. I'm shy. So tímida. And I'm like, no, come on, let's go. What's your? Oh, my name is. And I start to motivate them to see that that's the way that they have to do to expose themselves and to become a better person. So this was the first video. I just arrived to my destination. I hope you guys liked it, right? If you watched this video until now, just like it. If you didn't like it already, share this video and comment below if I should make more of these specific videos. Thank you so much. I promise that next time that I make this specific video, I'm going to record in the best way possible, because I know that it's nighttime right now. I got the sunset, so I think the image is not very good, but that's not a problem. First video. The second video, I'm gonna do it in the middle of the afternoon, so I don't have any problems with light. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Continue to strive for greatness. Continue to study, because you are going to achieve your goals. Study English. English is going to be a tool, a key for you to open that door of opportunities, and you're going to embrace those opportunities because of English. You're going to get a better job. You're going to work in that international company that you always dreamed of. You're going to do that trip that you always wanted to Los Angeles or Beverly Hills, whatever. You are going to Miami. You're going to get to know the city that I was born in. And I am going to help you. If you want me to be your teacher, I can be your teacher, right? All the links of my specific programs are below. So if you have any questions, just call my team, and my team is going to answer you. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.